Osho, in many of his books and videos, discusses various religions, incarnations, great figures, and saints. However, when he speaks about Lord Krishna, he emphasizes that Krishna alone can be considered God in today's time and for the future. This is why Hindu scriptures refer to Krishna as the complete incarnation, Purna, avatar, while other communities describe their figures as the Son of God or a messenger of God. Krishna is regarded as God himself. Even Lord Rama is called the ideal man, Purushottam, but not the complete incarnation. That title is reserved solely for Krishna. This raises the question, what is it about Krishna that makes him the complete incarnation, the embodiment of God? The concept of a complete incarnation means that God has fully manifested in human form. Osho answers this beautifully, explaining that while the personalities of other great figures can be understood or predicted, how they might act in a given situation, Krishna transcends personality. He doesn't have a single, defined personality. In a way, all personalities are his. Krishna can fight in a war, flee from battle, or stand on the battlefield and deliver the Bhagavad Gita. He can play the flute with his hands or wield the Sudarshan chakra to slay evil. He can be caught stealing butter or outsmart the schemes of a tyrant like Kansa. He can immerse himself in love with Radha, becoming indistinguishable from her, yet leave her when the time comes to establish Dharma. He can keep his promise to protect Draupadi or break his vow not to take up arms in war if needed. This makes Krishna difficult to comprehend. To understand him, one must be free from all boundaries, as anyone confined by limits cannot fully grasp a complete God. When we look at other historical figures, they often followed a specific path and remained confined to it. Krishna's life, however, is not bound by a single limit. It symbolizes the fullness and totality of life. Take Gautam Buddha, for example. His life is marked by profound peace and seriousness. He left his palace for the forest, renouncing all worldly comforts. He called the world suffering and showed the path to liberation. His image is always one of solemnity and restraint. Krishna, in contrast, is also supremely wise, but not bound by seriousness. He laughs, plays, dances, plays the flute, revels in love, and takes up arms to protect Dharma on the battlefield. Buddha's path is one of meditation and silence, while Krishna's encompasses meditation, silence, dance, and divine play, Leela. Mahavira embraced nonviolence completely, leaving no room for violence in his philosophy, becoming an embodiment of extreme austerity and discipline. But can life function solely on restraint? Krishna breaks this duality, teaching that, where necessary, wielding a weapon is also part of Dharma. To stop injustice, silence, and restraint alone are not enough. This is why, in a war like the Mahabharata, Krishna inspired Arjuna not to shy away from his duty to fight. The story of Shishupala's slaying teaches the same lesson. Practice non-violence as long as it works, but when it's insufficient, taking up arms becomes necessary. Thus, while Mahavira's life represents one extreme, complete renunciation, Krishna's life is about balance, embracing both renunciation and acceptance, compassion and valor. Consider Karna, who would be enraged and deeply hurt when called a charioteer's son. In contrast, Krishna, the king of Dwarka, willingly became Arjuna's charioteer, showing that no task is small or insignificant. Every role has its own value. Jesus Christ's life is an ideal of sacrifice and martyrdom. Even on the cross, he preached love, but his life appears filled with suffering and sacrifice, and his followers often view life as a burden tainted by sin. Krishna, however, declares life itself a celebration. Instead of the pain of the cross, he explains life through the sweet melody of the flute and the joy of the Ras dance. While Jesus sees life as a means to liberation from sin and sorrow, Krishna sees it as a divine play, Leela. From a worldly perspective, Krishna's life also includes pain and sacrifice, but he never succumbs to sorrow. He accepts circumstances as they are, teaching that happiness is an inner state, not dependent on external conditions. You can face any situation with joy if you choose to. Krishna asks, would you handle a situation better by being miserable or by staying joyful? Since the choice is yours, why choose misery? Both Rama and Krishna are considered incarnations, but their lives differ significantly. Rama, the ideal man, is bound by duty and discipline. He even sacrificed Sita to uphold his royal duties. His life is defined by strict adherence to rules and propriety. Krishna, as the complete incarnation, goes beyond such boundaries while still upholding Dharma. He dances with the gopis, playfully steals butter, engages in childlike mischief. Yet the essence of Dharma is found in him. Rama's life is marked by austerity and discipline, while Krishna's is characterized by spontaneity and joy. Osho says that for the future of humanity, Krishna will be the greatest source of inspiration because modern humans seek freedom and wholeness, not rigid rules. Traditional spiritual leaders suppress desires, lust, anger, or ambition, leading to inner conflict and often violence and crime. Krishna offers a solution. Don't suppress, transform. Turn lust into love, anger into righteous action. Don't negate energy. Channel it to a higher purpose. This aligns with modern psychological thought. Osho explains that today's humanity is tired of dualities. Sin versus virtue, renunciation versus indulgence, violence versus nonviolence. People seek a philosophy that integrates these opposites into wholeness. Krishna's philosophy fulfills this need. His life teaches that light and darkness are both part of existence and cannot be separated. A life with only light would be incomplete, and one with only darkness would be destructive. Balance is the truth. While Buddha and Mahavira declared peace as the ultimate goal, history shows that peace alone doesn't always advance society. Sometimes war sparks new consciousness. The Mahabharata, though destructive, gave birth to the Gita. Krishna teaches that destruction and creation go hand in hand, like a fallen tree enriching the soil for new growth. Flowers gain their value because of thorns. Liberation gains meaning because of the world. Without the world, liberation would lose its significance. This is why Osho calls Krishna's life a symbol of totality. Krishna is not just a religious figure, but a representation of the future human. The religion of the future will not be somber but vibrant, filled with dance and celebration. It will prioritize freedom, guiding people to blossom fully rather than binding them with rules. This religion will help individuals discover their true selves, not impose an identity. Krishna is the ideal embodiment of this future religion, and its foundation will rest on him. A question that might arise: why does Osho, while discussing various figures, often skip Islam in his discourses. We've addressed this in detail in a previous video, which you can find via the link in the description or comments.